hit it. Microphone check. Baby, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
you are now rocking with the best.
It's not some
Baby. One time.
still shining.
Respect my swag.
It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing.
and this is
Another episode.
a swingers,
After dark. What time is it? It's time to get live.
and this is your host. Not some baby.
Let's go, champ.
So you probably wouldn't you probably wouldn't have slapped Chris Rock either.
Hey, why would I slap him?
Okay.
I fuck up my money. Listen, you know what, gangster? Listen.
I'm
Listen,
listening.
there's a time and place for everything. Like, I'm not, there's a hill that you should fall on your sword and die on. You feel me? You should pick your shoes wisely. You know, I'm not gonna fight every battle. You feel me?
Right,
I gotta
right.
pick my wars and my battles. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna help people, but I'm saying I can't help those who refuse to help themselves. I'm not totally
Right,
callous. I'm not totally callous. You feel me? If you helping yourself, then that gives me the initiative to help you. But I'm not gonna allow you to drag me down along with your fuckery. Now that being said, you know what would have been the most gangster shit
Right.
that Will Smith would have done?
What?
The most gangster shit that Will Smith would have done is tell the program directors to cut Chris Rock off the program and I'll take his place. And from then on, I'll host the show. That would have been the most gangster shit. Or he would have checked him once he accepted his speech. Like when he won the Oscar for whatever he won it for.
Right.
He could have checked him right then. He said, yo, bro, the next time you talk about my wife, I'm slapping the black off your mouth. You feel me? So
Right.
he should have said that. Like, there's ways of fighting wars without pulling the trigger or lifting a finger.
I agree. But if
And
everybody
plus,
took that route,
he laughed at it too. But his chick bitched him out. Will Smith is not the problem. Jada needs to go.
oh, come on.
Needs to go.
All right.
Cause she's been bald headed since the fucking 90s. She was bald headed in a low down dirty shame. She's been bald all her fucking life. So how is supposed to know? Huh?
So you gonna blame the way Will Smith protected his wife on Jada?
Chris Rock was a physical threat. Like, really? Come on now.
So you gonna really blame this on Jada?
Actually, I blame the both of them because Will
So you
Smith
gonna blame the way Will acted out emotionally on Jada?
Yes. You're on an international program. Global
Right.
program where everybody could see it. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna allow your chick to give you the side eye and put the battery in your back to make a fool of yourself in public under the name of protecting.
So, but we gonna blame this on Jada though?
Jada gotta go. I'm gonna do a hashtag called Jada gotta go. She gotta go. I may even put Ebonics into the bitch and say Jada gots to go. Jada gots to go. Jada
Gots to go.
People say harsher things about Jada. Star from the Star and Buck Wild show. He said that He said that Jada got a body of a 6-year-old. So there have been people who said far worse than a G.I. Jane.
Right.
You know, but life is about seeing things half full and not half empty.
Right.
Because G.I. Jane was a model of resilience, of strength. Regardless of your gender, man, woman, male, female, she represents resilience, strength, courage.
Right.
So
And I understand that. I don't think you can't blame Jada. You can't blame Jada on the way Will feel. Like, you can't blame Jada.
That was soft, yo.
Regardless, you can't blame Jada though.
You get points for slapping Chris Rock. Now, if that was 50 Cent or a gangster comedian, if that was like Mike Epps or somebody like that, he wouldn't have done that. If that was like D.L. Hughley or Mike Epps or somebody like that, he wouldn't have done that.
Even if it was a woman, say if he lost his shits, right, and smacked the female because He's emotionally fucked up, right? Because he's emotionally fucked up, right? He acted out on emotions. Regardless, you can't blame Jada though.
Jada made Chris Rock. Listen, people are going to respect you based on how you're made.
How are you going to blame Jada?
Because
he acted out emotionally.
She emasculated. None of this was his fault. She emasculated him throughout their marriage. First she said that.
How do you know this?
She said no. First she said that he made it in a. I'm gonna let you rock, and then I'm gonna talk my shit. Keep going. Go.
Okay, so Will was speaking to his therapist, right? And Will was like, you know what? On the set, I want to bring 10 women with me, right? Holly Berry, this chick, that chick, this chick, that chick, right? So his therapist said, okay, so let's talk about how are you going to get all these women on the set with you? Let's put it in motion. Let's put the plan in motion. What's the first thing we do? How are you going to bring all these women with you on set? Right? So Will thought about it and he was like, oh, okay, no, that's not a good idea, right? So for a man to have that type of mindset where he wants to bring all these women with him on set, okay, he must be some form of narcissist. And we know narcissists want to look good in front of people, right? So I can understand the type of women that Will been allegedly, he's been allegedly, messed around with women on set. So for that to come out of his mouth, you can understand like the type of relationship that they have. It's probably a lot of toxicity in their relationship. So I'm not blaming Will, I'm not blaming Jada, but if you're dealing with a man that has that type of mindset, they have some type of toxicity in their relationship. And this is what Will said. So you cannot tell me if my husband can say that he wants to bring 10 women on set and he's an actor, right? So every time he go on set and he goes off on set, you don't know if Jada's calling his phone and he's not answering or he's doing this, that, and the third. So you can just imagine the amount of toxicity that they had in their relationship. So you never know what goes on in relationships. So when people say, oh, Jada this and Jada that and Jada shouldn't have did this and Jada shouldn't have did that, you cannot blame Jada for Will acting out emotionally because you just never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Why a relationship have toxicity in the first place? I don't know. That's a problem.
There's reason.
Listen, this chick Jada said Will Smith makes love like a woman. I think it was in Jet or Ebony. She said that, then she retracted that statement. Then she's always talking about Tupac. This motherfucker have been dead for 25 years. Why are you talking about Tupac? You know what I'm saying? Then allegedly, the daughter, what's her name? Willow. Allegedly wrote a letter to Tupac. He's dead. He's been gone since 96.
Now, do you know why and when Willow wrote that letter?
Doesn't matter. I don't want my fucking daughter writing a letter for a man who can't even fucking see it. He can't even see the letter.
Willow wrote that letter the night Will gave Jada a birthday party that she didn't want, and Will he traced Jada family back to when they owned slaves and brought all of that up. They was arguing so much, Willow came out the room and told them to stop or whatever, and then she wrote a letter to Tupac. Like, so I could kind of understand that.
Willow wasn't even born. How you gonna write a letter write a letter to a dead man and say, Tupac, my mama needs you?
Right. No, listen, man, because it's all in the tabloids. Man, I get it. I can see Will and Smith argue. I can see Will and Jada like arguing and Tupac name coming up, and he like, won't you go get Tupac if he makes you happy? And she like, hell yeah, that nigga made me happy. So I can understand how much toxicity that they had in their relationship. They had an open relationship.
People to respect him. How do you respect him?
You can't.
Exactly. Listen, Chris Rock wouldn't have done it. Listen, Chris Rock. Exactly. So that's why Chris Rock said what he said. He wouldn't have said that to Denzel. Right. He wouldn't have said. So everything goes back to Jada. You know what I'm saying?
Jada is Jada though.
Because she's making
it's both.
Listen, you're not supposed to make your man or your spouse look bad. How you gonna fuck your son's homeboy in your house?
What does that have to do? What does that have to do with Will protecting his wife the way he
No.
fit?
Listen.
That has nothing to do with
Yes,
that.
it does.
Apples,
No, it's not, because just like how because just like how women want to be protected, men needs to be respected, and she did not respect him.
True.
So exactly.
True.
So it goes both ways. So if you're not respecting your man,
what does that have to do with him protecting his wife the way he sees fit?
What? You act like Chris Rock was trying to debo him. It's like
it doesn't matter. It doesn't
over
matter.
a joke. So you the type.
He could have blew in Jada's face if Will thought he was being disrespectful. He is going to protect his wife the way he sees fit. I don't understand why people have a problem with that.
So you wanted to let your man throw away his life over a joke?
No, I'm not. No.
But you vouching for it. You vouching for it.
No, I'm not vouching for it. What I'm saying is when people reach a certain emotional capacity and that shit start overflowing, this is why people will bring a gun to a knife fight. You understand what I'm saying?
Because Jada made him look like a pussy. So he was at his breaking point, to the point where he had to go gangster. He had to pick a soft target to go gangster, because he reached his boiling point. It was okay. You got the Tupac thing. You got my man makes love like a woman. You got I'm fucking my son's homeboy in our house. You got the entanglements. I'm gonna embarrass you in Red Talk. Then you got this. He initially laughed at the joke, but Jada bitched him out. For him to go on stage to do a bitch slap and go back and sit down.
Yeah. You got him allegedly wanting to bring 10 women on set. You got him allegedly sleeping with all these women.
They're swingers,
allegedly having an open relationship.
What's wrong with that?
She wasn't there. I mean, listen, that's stress. You allow people to tap into your emotions when you allow that to happen.
Two things. So two rights make a wrong. If you stress,
no, I'm not.
So break up then.
Two rights do not make a wrong, and this is why they have temporary insanity. This is why they have people dead. This is why they have people in jail, because it's a real thing.
Oh, listen. Cemeteries and prisons are filled with people who fought over women and died over women. So what you saying is that Will Smith should throw his life away over a joke. That's what you're saying.
I'm not saying that. So I'm saying it happened. I'm saying once you allow people to tap into your emotions, things like this happens. It happens.
Fuck that then.
Emotions caused it.
No, that's a cause and effect.
Emotions are, what those emotions were, what happened in Will and Jada's relationship that caused Will to act out like that emotionally, nobody knows.
As if he acting like that in their relationship, then she gotta go. Listen, Will.
They both, right?
Will, if you listen to
I agree. Once you start acting like that in your relationship, and your relationship begins to make you act out of character, like you do, somebody gotta go. That's all I'm saying.
Listen,
like, you can't.
Listen, the Fresh Prince could do no wrong. Anyway, keep going.
Right. So now when you get married and you want an open relationship, right? You start tapping into emotions that probably wasn't there. Like, so for instance, how he protected his wife was how Will wanted to protect his wife. And
he laughed. He laughed at the beginning. He laughed at the joke at the beginning.
People laugh.
Protect him to what?
People have people have nervous laughs.
Like really, listen. That's why I sit when I go to a comedy
club.
When I go to a comedy club, I sit my black ass all the way in the back, because you liable to get roasted when you sit in the front. I'm not getting roasted. So why? I don't want to be a center for attention. If you sit in the front,
why?
Listen, they weren't the only person who got roasted that night. Chris Rock talked about other people doing that little monologue that he did. So you can't take a joke now. First of all, I like to sit in the back because I want to sit in the back so I can see what's in front of me. When I go to a restaurant, on a bus, a plane, train, whatever, I want to see who's walking through them doors and walking out. So that's just me, my nuance. But you're gonna slap somebody for a joke. But like I said, you could get somebody in another way that won't jeopardize.
more than a joke. That's like saying, like, why did somebody have to blow their brains out because of X, Y, and Z? That person acted out emotionally. Now, if you think about Malcolm X words, the black woman is the most disrespected person on the planet.
Okay. Everybody
like, we are.
All y'all want to use that Malcolm X quote.
So as a woman, like, we're the most disrespected person on the planet, right? So now Will and Jada have all these, like, leaks in their relationship, right? So he is going to take any chance, right, to show that he can protect his woman. Any chance. Anything. It could have been anything because their relationship is so fragile. So any chance that he can show he can protect his woman, he gonna do it. It ain't gonna even matter. Their relationship is so fragile, it's not going to matter what he's going to take any chance he can get to protect her at this point.
It's Jada's fault because she put their whole relationship on display for everybody to pick apart. Like
relationships are in totality. Like, I'm not fully blaming nobody. Okay, Will got to a point where he acted out emotionally.
This is because of Jada. She's the catalyst.
You believe that anybody is capable of murder, right?
Yes, but you're not gonna murder. You're not gonna murder somebody on national TV. Like even the most deranged.
Why
somebody.
Not?
Even the most deranged.
If you're pushed, why? How do you know
okay. If he's pushed to do something like that, it's because somebody else pushed him, and Jada pushed him to do something by giving him that look. Like, you better do something, motherfucker, or you're gonna be sleeping by yourself. So everything goes back to him, back to her rather.
Whatever.
Okay, so
that's not totally true. You think it was all that? You think it was just that look?
Laughed.
That's it.
He laughed at the joke. Yes, he laughed at the joke.
So you don't think it was like?
You know what that look was? You know what that look was? That look was, motherfucker, you better get up there. Tupac will slap him. Like Tupac. What would Tupac do?
So you think it was just about the look?
Yes.
Will was kind of like, you know what? The relationship is so fragile. I fucked up. Like, so any chance now, I gotta prove myself. So any chance now, I'm gonna protect my wife. Like, any chance, like their relationship.
Protect from what?
Just from a personal standpoint, from a hero syndrome, because your relationship is fragile. So now you want to do anything.
Listen,
nobody knows what they go through.
The only hero I like is a sandwich. You feel me? A hero is nothing but a sandwich. You understand me? So, that's what I'm saying. First of all, you know why that slap wasn't a good look? First of all, it's bad enough that these little... Listen, that Oscars, right? That was the first time that you had an all-black production team. Everybody on the crew... That was the first time. Yes, that was the first time. It was all black. You could Google it. That was the first time an all-black crew worked the Oscars. Okay. So you're gonna pull some gangster shit or attempts. That was I wouldn't even call it gangster shit. It was diet gangster shit. So you're gonna pull that on a night where you had an all-black production crew to work the Oscars. That's when you want to flex.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That's when you want to pull rank.
Absolutely. He at that moment, he risked it all. Like, at that moment, this is why they have temporary insanity. At that moment, he didn't give a fuck. At that moment, no fucks was given.
So who's the cause of his insanity? Jada.
Who knows?
It's Jada.
Why?
It's Jada. Why? First of all, you know what's
the... Maybe it was the side bitches. Maybe he was having a bad side bitch day.
No, you know
never know why people get emotional.
Red flag. Her name alone. What? Her name alone is a red flag. It should not be Jada Pinkett Smith. That shit should be Jada Smith. You feel me? So it went from Jada Pinkett to Jada Pinkett Smith to Jada Pinkett-Shakur. You feel me? We should call her Jada Pinkett-Shakur because she's still into Tupac. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it should be Jada's. Listen, ain't no hyphens on my name. If I give a chick my name, ain't no hyphens. We not doing this hyphenated shit.
I agree. I totally agree. I totally agree. But in that moment, Will Smith, he did what he felt was right. So I don't understand why people have a problem with that. He did what he felt was right to protect his wife.
So listen. What they eat don't make me.
It's not Jada's fault.
Listen, what they eat don't make me shit, but she got to go. You feel me? Like she got to go. And I got to give you props, Motley, because I told my listeners that I don't talk about celebrity shit because I don't have a vested interest in celebrities. So this is a monumental moment because you made me break my rule that I wasn't going to talk about.
So now you gonna blame me?
Yes, I'm blaming you.
Blame me like they blaming Jada.
Yes, like how the black woman is the least protected, we're the least respected. So you got on my shit and straight up bogarted the topic. We was gonna talk about how to deal with Facebook jail, and we talking about these motherfuckers, Will and Jada.
Talking about protection.
Protecting what? That's a joke.
We're talking about protection.
A lame, tired G.I. Jane joke that has been said numerous times. Protect from you act like that.
Feel protected. She didn't feel protected. Like we need to feel protected from anything. Like we want to feel protected, like anything. We want to know, like y'all got our back. Like we want to feel protected.
So you the type that who would give your man a look, and then you'll want him to jump in front of the Metro North so he could get hit under the name of love.
Listen, I said protect your woman at all costs as you see fit, right? So as you see fit may be, okay, you know what? It's time to go. Right? Get your coat, it's time to go. As you see fit.
That wasn't a time to go matter. That was like, you better fight, motherfucker. I don't care if he got a gun. I don't care if he's with 50 dudes. You better put up your dick beaters and start swinging. That's what that sounds like.
Had Will said, let's go, fuck this dude, let's go before I do something I don't want to risk, blase, blase. Had he got up and took her hand and said, let's go, fuck this dude, whatever, maybe she would have got up and left, right? He chose violence. Will got up and he chose violence that day. He chose violence that day, right? He's been quiet all through the memes. He's been quiet all through the red table talk. He's been quiet all through like the little August jokes and things like that. This man has been quiet the whole year, right? So listen, anything somebody would have said that night, any type of look that they gave Jada, he woke up and chose violence because he already knew it was coming. He already was on 10.
The gossip and the memes and the red table talk is because of Jada. Like, Jada needs to go. She got to go.
That may be true. All of that may be true, but the way Will protected his wife, it doesn't matter. Like, he still protected her as that's still his wife. Protect from what?
Protect from what? Protect from what?
Emotionally, he protected her emotionally.
I already told you how you could have handled that a different way.
So she don't deserve. She didn't deserve to be protected.
I didn't say that.
He chose violence.
That's subjective. But when I'm saying that he chose
violence.
And guess what? He lost his Netflix deal, his movie deal. So because of his woman gave him a look, his woman is his downfall. You know, listen. Your woman could be your greatest motivator, your greatest inspiration, or your greatest, or they could be your biggest inspiration or your greatest downfall. And she was the latter and not the former. So
people wake up every day. People wake up every day with a chance and a choice, right? Every day. I don't care if you're Will Smith or you're Joe Smo, right? You wake up every day with a chance and a choice, right? Will woke up and he chose violence. Well, I don't understand why people risk their life. He risked a couple deals. Like, he risked millions of dollars for his wife. So, like, it is what it is.
So you agree
with what he did.
So you agree with what he did?
I'm not saying I agree, but I understand. And my Chris Rock voice.
No.
I understand how people can be so emotionally fragile that he slapped him. I understand how people shoot first and ask questions later.
But that's why you have to heal. That's why you have to embrace solitude. Absolutely. So you could heal, so you wouldn't be triggered by certain comments and certain looks. You have to slow down speed up.
I agree. And when you're dealing with narcissists, right? When you're dealing with narcissism, there's a trauma bond, right? And there's a trauma bond that has psychological effects. And that's a true thing. Listen, it's a true thing. It's a true thing. So it's
true.
Right.
That's why she got to go.
Easy.
That's why she got to go. It's true because she got to go.
You have to heal. Will's a narcissist too. Because when you're married, then you're talking about you want to bring 10 women on set, and you're a married man.
They're in an open relationship.
You're a narcissist too.
I mean,
you're right. It's not a healthy relationship at all.
She's fucking her son's homie. Like, really? In their house.
He wants to bring 10 women on set. Like,
really? So you've been tit for tat.
It's not a healthy relationship.
Fellas.
Right. It's tit for tat.
Fellas, when you see Molly on Being Ms Motley on the street.
Being Ms Motley.
When you see Being Ms Motley on the street, do yourself a favor and cross the street. I don't care. I don't care if it's a lot of cars, rush hour traffic. Get your Frogger on and dodge the cars, because you're gonna die. Because fellas, you're gonna die one way or another. Either you're gonna die by getting hit, or you're gonna die by being with Motley. I'm sorry, Miss Motley.
Why are you gonna die?
Because you pretty much saying that it's justified that a man should throw everything away. Listen,
I'm not saying that. I said as you see fit. That doesn't always mean violence.
Semantics. But like I said, listen.
Okay, so you don't always have to choose violence.
But you got to make it count.
Are you not protecting your woman?
That's a way of doing things.
Protect your woman.
That's more than one way to skin a cat.
That's all I'm saying.
I just told you the alternative.
What Will chose to do.
And
that's what Will chose to do.
So do you agree with what he did?
I said I understand how people get emotionally triggered.
You see how she...
That's what I said.
She's ducking. She's ducking the answer, ladies and gentlemen.
How am I ducking?
She's ducking it.
I understand psychologically fragile people. Like, I understand because I understand temporary insanity. Like, I understand how emotionally fragile somebody can be. I understand. So
now Will Smith is crazy. He's insane now.
No, I never said that.
He's insane for bitch slapping somebody instead of punching them. If you're gonna choose violence, you got to make it count. You better get your Mike Tyson on.
You ever did something out of anger that you wouldn't normally otherwise do?
In front of a global stage, like everything is around you. The camera's around you. Like everybody can see you.
Have you ever did something that the cameras is always around them? They're like famous. So you have to get a grip emotionally, and just have to get a grip emotionally.
Listen, heavy is the head that wears the crown. So when you know that you're famous, a celebrity, and you got these influences, your standards are a lot higher than a regular Joe Schmo. You feel me? So you should know better. You gotta have self-awareness and be cognizant of your environment. There's a time and place for everything. He could have kicked his ass backstage and filmed it.
Probably worked for them.
Filmed it and said, "World star." You know what I'm saying? So
can you imagine being in his headspace when he did that?
Listen, no, that's for you to do. Make excuses. But anyway,
I'm not making an excuse.
Motley, we're gonna wrap this up like a condom because I'm done with fucking Raw. So
protection. It's all about protection. See? It's all about protection.
And on that note, this has been another episode of Swingers After Dark. And this is your host, Nasun, baby. Check out my website at www.nasunblaze.com. That's www.nashunblaze.com. And check out my ebook, Fuck. Yes, you heard right, Fuck, F-U-C-K. It's on Nook, Kindle, iBooks, Google Play. Go get it. It'll make you say, ow. And shoot me an email at swingpodcast@gmail.com. That's swingpodcast@gmail.com. Hit me with any question or concerns that you may have. Rate, share, subscribe, and comment on this podcast. Dig. And on that note, until next time, Peace. And don't kiss them hoes in the mouth. And don't bitch slap somebody because you have a toxic ass wife. And I'm out.